Hey, what's going on, guys? So I broke my knife, which is very sad. I've had this knife for many, many years, at least a decade, possibly more. This is a case tomato knife. All right, you can see, or maybe you can see on the blade here. So as we see the markings on here, this is a case 628. All right, stainless steel, made in the USA. Do love me some case knives. Still a huge fan. And yeah, I use this knife for everything. You know, it's fully serrated. It's got a little bit of a curve up towards the tip there. Again, really kind of designed for slicing tomatoes, but I use it for everything. So before I tell you how this broke, which to me is pretty shocking, what are your guesses? Post them down in the comment section. Now, if I was watching this video, and I wasn't me, but I was you, I would think like, oh man, to use that knife to try to like debone a turkey or, you know, process a chicken or something, it's got to have hit bone, right? What can you possibly be cutting and the blade would snap off completely? Well, the answer is cheese, but not like a really hard brick of like aged cheddar or something. It was actually fresh mozzarella cheese. That's right, mozzarella. I was just cutting some up. I was about 3 slices in because I get the little bricks sometimes when they go on sale. And the ones that are pre-cut are always more expensive for some reason. I mean, I guess it depends on the sale. I shouldn't say always, but generally speaking, the ones that aren't cut, I don't really care about cutting it myself. It's not a big deal. So if I could save $1 or 50 cents or $2 or whatever the difference is, I usually get that one. And I was just cutting it and it just snapped. It was a clean snap, which was super weird because, again, there was not a whole lot of pressure there. All right, if you haven't had fresh mozzarella cheese, there's some resistance, and I wasn't like, you know, pushing hard or fast. I was just coming in. I was actually doing a forward slice. And as I was coming in, just the, I guess the pressure of it just went, it just literally popped off. I'm like, I'm holding it, the handle, like dumbfounded. Really, fresh cheese? What the heck was that? So first off, this is, you know, it's not a super cheap knife. I think these are like 30 bucks or so. Maybe they, you know, more expensive or cheaper now. This is a long time ago when I bought this, but what I did notice, which is kind of strange, is there's a dark spot. All right, so I want to say this might have been some kind of defect, and it might have been rusting on the inside. Because from the outside, I don't see any signs of rust whatsoever. But the inside, like I said, is kind of off. The color's off. So I got my little jeweler's loop here. Let's go ahead and see if I can get you a shot with this guy. I'm going to try without the light first. All right, let me zoom this in a little. Move that. Bring this to the camera. You know what? I might need the light. Might be the only way to do it. All right. So there we go. Unfortunately, this light is kind of blowing out the color. Now, if you look all the way to the left, it looks kind of bluish. That's just the regular stainless steel. The center is actually just a dark brown color. And again, this light is not doing it that much justice, but that's the blade. Let's look at the handle here. All right, try to get the angle right, let this focus. The handle, you can see it a little bit more. It's very dark brown in there. So yeah, that's just kind of strange. I'm gonna go ahead and contact Case and see what they can do about it. Like I said, I feel like this is a factory defect. Now again, this knife was not brand new. It had many, many, many years of usage. I'd be a little disappointed, I'll be honest, if they said like, sorry, we can't do anything about it, you know, but I did get like a decade of use out of it before it broke. However, I wasn't abusing the knife, and that's very important. Out of all the things I've ever cut with this, I've never tried to cut bone or cut anything super aggressive. I don't even cut things like a hard salami or anything that has that much pressure needed to kind of cut through it. This knife was always sharp, even though it's fully serrated. I would use occasionally, like maybe once a year, I'll use a tapered stone and just give it a quick rub down through each tooth, you know, and it kind of maintained its sharpness. And it worked fine. It worked awesome. And in fact, I use this a lot for breads, you know, crusty breads and stuff, but nothing that, you know, really was abuse, or at least what I would consider abuse at all. But it broke. It broke on some cheese. And like I said, I'm going to blame this on a defect and not the knife itself. So first off, let me know if you have any case knives that you use in the kitchen. I've used multiple different knives. I've never had, I don't think, a complete case set, but I've used individual pieces over the years. You know, I've gone from having kitchen knife sets for like a year or 2 years or 3 years, and then going back to just individual items. I have certain individual knives, like I have a collaboration of stuff I use in the kitchen all the time. I do like a set. It just looks nicer, but I have very limited counter space, unfortunately. So I'm much better off having a knife drawer with miscellaneous pieces, if that makes sense, and utilizing the counter space for other stuff. But yeah, let me know if you use any case knives in the kitchen. When you think of case or WR Case and Son, you think of, trappers and little slip joints and stuff that, your grandpa had. You don't generally, think of, kitchen cutlery right away, but they've obviously been making them for decades. And I do love this knife and I want to replace it. And if Case won't replace it, I'll go ahead and buy another one. That's how much I like it. But it is disappointing that it broke. So let me know if you've ever had, a case knife in the kitchen, and if you ever had a knife break for like no reason. You use it for all kinds of stuff and then it just snaps off for something like this, something that you think would be no big deal, but apparently it was. It was the biggest of deals because now I don't have a functional knife. So anyway, that's all. Hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching. And again, in the future, I'll keep you updated. I'm not gonna do like a series on or anything. I've sent stuff back to Case before on camera. I'll make one video to let you know if I got something back or not. That's basically it. So stay tuned for that in the next couple weeks or months. But other than that, hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow with a brand new video. Take care.